Do you think that there are any neurotechnologies that are commercially available right now that people use that put people at risk for their brains being hacked?
So are you asking if malicious brain hacking is a concrete possibility of today?
Yeah. Is it a concrete possibility, and is it happening?
Well, simple answer is certainly yes.
Mm-hmm.
So any computer device is hackable. So are brain-computer interfaces. They are based on computer systems. They process digital data, so they are exposed to the same vulnerabilities as any other computer system.
Right.
But then, of course, a different question is what kind of hacking, what kind of malicious hacks are possible today, given the current level of technological sophistication. And as I said before, what is currently possible is very simple hacks that can still have very negative consequences for the users. For example, disrupting function, intercepting the signal to increase or decrease intensity, or even simply, destroying the device. That is something that can have very negative consequences for the user if the user is a neurological patient. Again, going to the example from before, Parkinson's disease patient who uses a deep brain stimulation. There are also experimental studies that show that it's possible to hack data generated by a brain-computer interface. For example, electroencephalography data. There are studies that manage to, with quite some reliability, to predictively guess the information that was coded in the EEG signal. Again, this is not, I need to clarify because, a lot of people get this wrong. This is not mind reading. It's not, this kind of hacks are not based on reading the content of thoughts. Right. But these hacks already are sufficiently sophisticated to access signals, for example, EEG signals, that if adequately analyzed and mined, they can be used to make privacy-sensitive inferences. And then, of course, the simplest of all hacks is just data leakage. So, that the data that consumer neurotechnologies are generating today is simply going to, be added on top of the already quite extensive digital profiles that commercial entities have from users, together with online search queries, digital health information, smartphone data, wearables data, and so on. So it's just another piece of the puzzle that will make the puzzle more one step closer to its completion. Right. So this brain data that are leaked from consumer neurotechnology applications could contribute to creating more extensive and comprehensive psychographic profiles, for example. And it's not surprising from my personal point of view that social media giants such as Facebook are so much interested in investing in brain-computer interfacing technology. Right. I don't think that they're doing it because they really think that there is a significant commercial advantage in typing with your brain directly. I think that the real commercial advantage that they see is accessing that additional class of data and merging that data set with the data sets that they already own, which are huge, and creating very comprehensive psychographic profiles.
Right. Is this a risk for someone who may want to improve their cognitive performance and go online and buy a transcranial direct current stimulation device?
Again, in principle, yes. In reality, no, because the consumer market is very small at the moment. So the marginal risk for a criminal hacker to build the hacking model and attack that specific person is very low. In order to justify the risk that you take in engaging in criminal activities, you need to have a sufficient reward.
Right.
And now the number of users is so limited that it doesn't make so much sense for hackers to create sophisticated hacking models. There are so many other technologies that you can hack today that are way more widely distributed, and there, the reward would very much justify the risk if you share that basic commitment to criminality. So I think there is a big gap between what is experimentally possible and what is likely to happen in reality, because what is likely to happen in reality does not depend only on what is experimentally possible, but also most importantly on what makes sense and what are the socio-technical conditions for that to happen. But if today you are a user of a consumer neuromodulation device, the greater risk that you face is not having your data accessed without your consent. It's not that somebody can hijack the signal. The greater risk is that the device simply doesn't work, and that you have spent your money and following certain hyperbolic marketing claims that were not based on any evidence whatsoever. And you're basically just wasting your money and wasting your time and wasting your data, because even if the device doesn't work, the company that produces that device is still going to access and process your data.
Yeah,